Perfect.
All right. Shall we? Are we ready to go?
We shall, we must.
All right. Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is Monday. It is January 29th.
No.
Yep.
I was wrong.
And we are live from HQ3, and we are going to puff on some stogies to christen the new studio.
Stoge it up.
Stoge it up.
Stogosaurus.
Francis, this took Francis by storm.
It did.
Didn't see it coming.
It was a very abrupt plan, though. We didn't leave you out of any planning.
It's okay. I'm never I don't get, I'm not a FOMO jealousy kind of guy.
But you said you were like, well, there goes my day.
Yeah, well, I've been on the workout train, and I had planned to do a workout later, and it's tough to come back from a cigar.
Who's like a famous cigar smoker?
Michael Jordan was on the cover of...
Schwarzenegger's a big one.
Yeah?
Huge.
Jacked. Brother.
Both of them are athletes.
No excuses. No excuses for getting in the gym.
I guess John Daly would be like a fat cigar boy.
Yeah, but he's not really an icon of health.
Churchill's the most iconic cigar smoker.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got cigars named after him.
I was thinking
Churchill's.
is there any cartoon characters that smoke cigars?
Elmer Fudd?
Did Popeye smoke cigars?
He had
Because
a
Popeye
pipe.
was jacked.
He had a pipe.
See?
Or like an old boss in like a Merry Melodies.
Oh, yes.
Where they would like blow up in their face, start playing her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mob boss of the evil one. DuckTales, something like that. I don't know.
Will Smith would just bite it for the look. He wouldn't
light it. Yeah. All right, I'm going to light mine.
Yo, what is that fucking lighter, bro?
Oh, yeah, it's titties. I don't know if we can get an angle of that, but
yo, bro.
Big old titties on this
bro
thing.
is too horny.
Damn, dude.
Isn't that hilarious? This isn't mine. This is Laura's.
Oh,
gave this
okay.
to
Yeah,
Rone.
sure.
But it is funny.
Yeah, it's not yours.
It is funny that they're just like, someone would buy this and be like, yeah, this is definitely the one that I want to have forever. Because isn't the whole thing with Zippos that it's like a forever lighter? Someone bought this and was like, yeah, I'm going to have the one with the titties on it.
It's
for
like
the
an
rest of my
engagement ring.
life. Yeah.
You'll be too young to remember this, Sass, but before the internet and pornography as kids, Rone and I would desperately try to find any place to see titties we could.
Right.
And I remember being in like the Bahamas or Florida or something in a gift shop, and they had these pens and lighters where when you clicked the pen, the girl that was on the front who was wearing like a bikini or a dress, her clothing disappeared.
Ooh.
And I would sort of be in the back, but behind the bookshelves of the gift shop, clicking it on, like trying to commit that to memory.
Yeah, I know the pens. I've seen those.
Memorizing them.
Mm-hmm.
The hula girls that you put on a dashboard, how horny do you have to be like, I'm going to get fucking a little bit horny while I'm driving around?
Yeah.
A sexy little hula, a Hawaiian minx.
Driving horny is a dangerous game. That's a dangerous game.
That's like driving. That's worse than driving high and a little bit less bad than driving drunk.
Yeah, I agree.
Driving horny? There's truck drivers stroking off while they drive.
Yeah.
Beef stroking off. That's definitely why they are. That's why they invented like the cruise control that all the trucks use.
Yeah, so they could crank down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, they have like a whole fucking room in those big ass trucks.
What do they call the?
They probably just pull over on the side of the street and crank.
What do they call the sex workers that?
Lot lizards.
Lot lizards.
Lot
yeah.
lizard.
And I think it's very common that it's men.
Is that so?
I believe so. No, I just made that up completely.
I wouldn't dare to gender my lot lizards.
Yeah, that's true. It is kind of like whatever has a hole type scenario.
Hole it up, hole in one.
Mm-hmm. You're trying to get your dick in something.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw videos from lot lizards recently, and they were weirdly attractive.
Really?
You'd think that a lot lizard has to be.
That must have been somewhere. Where was it?
It must have been somewhere.
I'm picturing Charlize Theron. Ah, that's hot. Fuck. Charlize Theron in Monster. Have you seen that?
No.
Pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked movie.
You know what I watched? I watched last night. I watched Wind River. That's a fucked up movie. You ever seen that?
Yes, with
that one.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No. Wind River?
No, it's the snow movie where he shoots sniper.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
That movie's fucking good.
It's a great movie. Yeah.
That's a movie you got to watch every now and then just to keep yourself honest.
What am I thinking of? With Jennifer Lawrence?
You're thinking of Snowpiercer.
No.
You're thinking of the Hunger Games.
Well, she got that from this. Bone
Bone River.
Bone something? Winter's Bone. Winter's Bone.
Never heard of it.
You should watch it.
Sounds good though.
How was the one that you watched? You said it was fucked up?
Wind River?
Yeah.
Super fucked up, but it's a great movie.
Break it down for me, brother.
It's it's just I don't know how. There's no really easy way to put it. It's a rape movie. There's no beating around the bush on that. Pretty much the entire movie is about a rape.
That's the genre?
Yeah.
That's when you go into
if
movie
you
gallery?
looked up like rape thriller, that
Sci-fi,
would be the first
drama.
movie that came up.
Here we are, rape. Boy, there's only one movie in here. Golly, and it's out. Should have known better on a Saturday night. I should have come earlier.
When's the rape movie going to be back in? Oh, that's booked out for months. Don't overash, bro. See, this is something Large would be on your ass about. Large
You're
is our
ashing
top.
too early.
I'm ashing too early?
You need to
gotta
let
let
a
it-
nice cone build up.
Because that's like an old man thing, though. You got to let the ash get down to like, so it's just like a foot of ash.
It almost falls off the bone like a good tenderloin.
Yeah, I don't want it to fall off the bone onto my body, though.
Yeah, God forbid you ruin that fucking immaculate fit.
I've had these sweatpants since I was in high school.
Yeah, I could tell. They're ripped up at the crotch, the fucking fringes. You have wool socks on, running shoes, a Patriots midriff exposing sweatshirt. And the shell coat. It's time for a new North Face
You look
beanie,
like you're
honestly.
gonna ask
It
us
is.
for fucking money. Super.
I know. These socks are the nicest socks I've ever had.
Yeah.
So goddamn warm. These
Who's
New
making
Balances,
those?
too. I mean, these are great shoes. These are great running shoes.
Columbia.
Okay, fair enough.
Columbia socks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sassy Pants, how was Pittsburgh?
Oh, dude, so good. Genuinely amazing. Everyone there was great.
Yeah.
The staff, dude, best staff I've ever had at a comedy show
What are
or
they?
a comedy club.
They had the chicken fingers on the double.
No, they were just all super friendly. It was like there was not a single issue the entire weekend. It was just it was so smooth. Everyone was great. Everyone was nice. Like it was like one of like you at the end of the weekend. It just felt like you were like friends with everybody.
That's so great.
Yeah, it was nice.
Did you give them a good tip?
Oh yeah.
How's that work?
It's tricky. I struggle with it. I don't know whether or not to just give the one person who is attending the green room a tip or to give some sort of manager a larger tip to disperse as they see fit among the staff.
Sometimes if it's like more than one person coming in and out, I'll do that. But it was the same dude the whole weekend, so I just tipped him out.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What kind of tip? Like what percentage do you base that off of? How much
Depends
you
on
made
how much
total?
we make.
Yeah.
Say you made $5,000. What would you tip the guy?
$15.
Those are my brothers. It felt like family in there.
Why don't you keep a little of that for yourself?
This is what you work here for.
a little
4
something
days
special.
straight, 5 hours a night. So it's about 60 cents an hour.
Yeah.
Brought you 3 5s.
It was great. It was really fun, dude. It was much needed.
I heard Nick's ass got up on stage.
Yeah, he did.
How did he do?
Great.
He's great.
Yeah, he did 7 minutes at every show. It was fun.
7?
Yeah.
Did you like put a light up or he knew what his 7 was?
There was a light, but I think he probably did just like whatever around that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did he do?
Good. He did great.
Good or great?
Great.
Oh, I bet he did great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He did
Like,
great.
you're kind of saying he did good, which kind of seems fucked up.
No, he did very well. He's like he's obviously just a great joke writer, so he's natural at it.
How's his rhythm?
Great.
Did you guys ever see when Dana White did stand up?
No.
Now
Great rhythm. Oh my God.
that's not surprising though.
Really?
I mean, Dana White's fucking always had been in front of big crowds and shit.
I suppose so.
But I don't think that
He's got a
necessarily
business
correlates.
mind and a promotional mind.
This is definitely going to need to be a video episode.
Forgive
if
the
you're
pacing.
listening to this.
If you're wondering where the long pauses are coming from, it's people deciding it's time again to once again.
But it's like not with Sass. It's not just
This
like
is a
he's
race, by the way.
taking a puff. You have like a smoldering glare every time you do it.
'Cause I like to have the big milky cloud in front of my face.
Yeah,
Hurt the eyes.
it has to drift up and hurt the eyes. When I was in college, I would smoke a Marlboro Red when I first had my house. The first time I moved in, every morning when I took a dump, I would smoke a Marlboro Red on the John.
Jesus
That
Christ.
sounds like hell.
Nothing would get the poop out faster. It was
Oh,
like
yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
gift. The poop crackled out of my body. But I would I wouldn't even have contact lenses in yet, so I'd have glasses and I'd be smoking a Marlboro Red on the toilet, like face down, and it would just seep into my eyeballs. It was a fucking vicious.
The first time I smoked a Marlboro Red, I'd smoked cigarettes before, but only like American Spirits. And because that was like when you were young, it was like, oh, American Spirits are actually healthy. They're good for you. And and I remember
the light blue and the light yellow were like healthy colors.
Yeah. And I remember I smoked a Marlboro Red, and I legitimately, like, my first thought was like, there was something else in this. Like, this was not just
spiked.
tobacco.
This is fentanyl.
Yeah, that's literally what I
There's
thought.
There's fentanyl in this.
Dipped in frog cum.
Because I was young and I was drunk, and I smoked a Marlboro Red, and I just instantly got the spins, like, so bad.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh, that's just because that was a real cigarette.
The spins. I've had some bad times with the spins. Those nights in college where you'd have to put a foot on the floor like a kickstand. You'd be sleeping on your little single bed, and you'd be like, I'm on a tilt-a-whirl.
Dude, the best way I've ever had dealing with the spins is you just gotta accept them. You gotta let them take you.
I would
take you on the journey.
I would puke, get everything out of my system, and then I would go back to bed, and it would still be spinning.
Oh, yeah.
And so there was only way to even get a semblance of centering was to put a leg down.
I've the best I've ever had with it is literally you just fall into it, and eventually it stops.
Or spin. I spin counter to the spin, and so it just feels like you're still. You're just like kind of doing cartwheels around.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Still. My other move was I would put my hand in a bucket of water while I was sleeping.
Really?
No. And you wake up pregnant.
Yeah. Even putting
there was a great Family Guy episode where they did that. I think where he like did it as a prank or something. Actually, does anyone remember this?
No, I haven't seen a lot of Family Guy, to be honest.
The prank used to be that you put someone's hand in water at like a sleepover, right? And they pee themselves.
Yeah, warm water.
I think Family Guy did it in like all the women he did it to woke up pregnant or something. I can't remember exactly what it was.
When I was at the doctor last week, I've tried to put my hand in warm water to piss, and I still couldn't piss. I was trying.
I was to prank yourself?
I was on Google looking up like how to get myself to piss.
And so what, you just had like a bucket of warm water there?
No, I was in the bathroom. I had the sink, and I just ran my hand under warm water.
I'm surprised that didn't work immediately.
I know. Well, there was no piss in me. That's why I couldn't piss.
There was something always sexual about handing the cup of pee to the nurse.
Really? I've never actually done the direct handoff. It's always been more of like just put it on this counter.
Oh, you leave it in the thing. Oh, that's right. Well, it used to be that I would come out of the bathroom with it, and they'd be like, you don't need to give this to me. You could have just left it on the thing.
Yeah. My hands they have to like put down their clipboard.
I'd be like, I prefer it this way.
I want you to feel it. I want you to feel it at its hottest.
Quick now. You can keep a little of that for yourself. I'm not gonna ask what you did with it.
Yeah. Good color. Just eyeballing it. Like, what do you think right now?
It's a good head on that, right? Perfect pour.
Just say I had some cod for dinner last night.
You go down, pee on the side halfway, and then switch to right down the middle. You let it sit for half a minute like a Guinness.
Yeah.
Take a little thumb prick and add some blood drops to it. Yeah, you like that?
Swirl it in.
Bet you've never seen orange pee before.
Sadly, they probably have. They're getting
seen everything.
Yeah, if they're getting a pee sample from an old man, that's probably like a thick orange.
It's coming out like toothpaste, dude. It's just thick.
Like syrup, syrup from the side of a tree.
Yeah,
like sap,
thick as hell. Mm-hmm. Just the cholesterol is in it.
Beads of sap. Yeah, you see the cholesterol swimming around.
Just screaming in the bathroom, trying to get it out.
Like you're trying to get the rope through that's sucked into your sweatpants or something. You're like squeezing it out, trying to get a baseball through a sock.
Ron, I've noticed you put your cigar down. Explain that.
Well, see, this is an Arturo Fuentes cigar holder, which was also part of the gift. So it was the Arturo Fuentes cigars, the Big Titty Zippo lighter, and the beautiful ashtray right here. And why would you have a beautiful ashtray and not use it? It says, "We will never rush the hands of time." And it seems like you're trying to rush the hands of time with how you're smoking. And it's literally the Arturo Fuentes crest, the logo,
You got me in a corner. You backed me into a corner there for sure.
Feels like Sass has got somewhere to be.
Feels like I'm rushing the hands of time. That's on me.
You got a big meeting later?
No, I don't.
You get some
this
blogs
is all
to
I've got today. And I am rushing the hands of time.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking long ass day. I had to go to work and smoke a cigar for an hour.
I try to get it done as fast as possible. Dissociate a little bit. I'm in fucking Hawaii right now.
It is nice.
Oh yeah.
Now I get why Rogan does this.
You get to the bottom and you feel that nice heady buzz. I do love the buzz from a cigar.
I don't get the buzz
because you rip Jewel all the time. Yeah. That's too bad.
All right, hand me that Zippo. I need to relight. I've let the hands of time slow down too much. Time is standing still.
You sure you don't want to just borrow Sass's and dock it with his? Do the old docking mechanism.
There we go. Finally got the ash.
You don't need to ash. I mean,
Again, you've ashed, what, 4 times now?
No, but that was the only one that was ever successful.
I
was trying to ash and the ash was hanging on.
I'm going to get at least double, if not triple, how long this is right now.
That's not going to last.
Watch me.
I'd love to see it.
Watch me.
That would be awesome.
I'm going to start smoking it straight up and down.
Rone, you're really just sucking on the label. I've never seen that before, ever.
I like to keep the.
Rone just had this cigar 3 inches into his mouth. I took the label off. Rone had the label fully in his mouth.
You guys like what you see, big boys?
He takes it out and he's tied it into a knot.
I took the label off in my mouth like a Starburst.
Quite dexterous with my tongue. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Why do you boys take the label off?
I just feel like it's easier.
I'm going to get there
'Cause I'm
eventually.
going to smoke it down to the fucking
Yeah,
roach.
the bone. Same.
Yeah.
We're going to need some tweezers for this bad boy.
A roach clip. Roach clips were such a 70s way of smoking
It's
weed.
crazy how scarce weed
It's
must
like
have
Hunter
been
S. Thompson.
for people to be passing around the thing they had to smoke with a fucking pair of cuticle clippers.
Is that what they use? I thought they just used the long ass. What was that? What was the what the people would smoke?
You're thinking
the
of
cigs?
Cruella DeVille.
Yes, that's right. You're
Is that what
thinking
it
of
was?
like
101
Breakfast at
Dalmatians.
Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Hunter S. Thompson used to smoke cigarettes with that.
Did
guess-
you know?
Yeah.
I guess that makes it stink less or it doesn't get stuck to your hands.
I think. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, the hands thing.
But roach clips are probably a way of preserving weed. Dude, we used to do the nastiest things to preserve the ends of fucking blunts. We would take a fucking water bottle like this one and then, like with a lighter, burn a tiny hole in it and then burn another tiny hole, put the fucking thing in and create like a fucking non-water bong out of it.
Wow.
It probably took years off of my life.
Mm.
It's disgusting. I was probably
Oh, yeah.
smoking plastic,
Yeah.
smoking the paper. I was just plastic and paper.
Yeah,
like I
my
was
friends used to
checking
do
out at a grocery
disgusting
store.
shit. Yeah.
We did aluminum cans.
Yeah.
We would turn into pipes of some kind.
Even I thought that was crazy. Aluminum cans, poking holes in aluminum.
My friends
we
would
were
do
never
resin
that poor,
bowls.
but
You ever do a resin bowl?
Oh, but that's just the res within the glass bowl.
Yeah.
I think that's
No.
kosher.
no, I know what you're talking about. When it was just like a block of molten
Yeah.
black ash.
Yeah. And they
Had
would smoke that.
calcified.
Yeah.
You're thinking of like, are you thinking of
Like a res hit, you hit the bowl from like the other side or whatever.
No,
Like
they
you
would
light
they
the
would they would
whole-
take like a paper clip and they would like shave off all of the sides of the bowl and then put that in the center of the bowl and smoke that.
smoking charcoal,
Yes,
basically?
that's
Yeah.
nasty.
And
Or like
then-
you do it with your fingernail and you look like a chimney sweep because it will never leave
Yes.
from underneath your fingernails.
Yeah, I used to do that just so women wouldn't think I was so effeminate.
I had a
Wow,
friend.
your
look like
hands are
this.
so dirty. Are you in landscaping?
what do you
Yeah,
do?
you know.
But then they feel the inside of your hand and it's fucking like a
Yeah.
Kleenex
Soft.
with lotion.
Been counting money.
I had to clean out a wasp nest the other week. Well, why is it so fine on the other side? Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. He's back of my hand. Can't be too careful with these
I had
wasps.
I had a buddy Liam, and he when the pens were very big, the weed pens,
Okay, snitch.
the Benjamin.
First time
he
you've ever
would-
named a buddy,
Yeah.
and it's when he did something bad.
he ran out of juice with the pen, and he put a paper towel in the pen and like cleaned out the sides to get all of like the extra oil, and then he lit it on fire and inhaled the smoke from that.
Jesus fucking Christ,
Yeah.
Liam.
Yeah, that was great. When we found out about that, we were like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?"
What is he doing these days?
Oh, he's good now. He doesn't,
He's-
that was like,
You got through it?
yeah, that was like 8 years ago.
You pulled through. Okay.
Yeah.
Happy to
Weed
hear that.
smokers definitely think that they're like the healthiest drug addicts.
Oh yeah.
But there's crackhead behavior that goes on amongst weed
Anything
smokers.
dabs related that's
Heroin.
a hard drug.
Yeah, that's a very hard
Yeah,
drug.
yeah.
You're
like,
like,
heating up the fucking just.
Rone chefed me up. He had one of these things that was gifted to him. Is this too much info?
no, go ahead.
He had this amazing like concentrate device. It was the coolest way of delivering that I'd ever seen.
Was it a nectar collector?
No, I don't know. That sounds like a hummingbird feeder.
You know what a nectar collector is, right?
Oh, I think we've talked about it. And I think I like cackled at just the words nectar collector. It just sounds.
Do you guys
so
know what
damn
it
good.
is? Yeah, it's a dab rig that you instead of heating up the nail and dropping the dabs in, the nail is on the bottom. It's like a big ass like flute looking thing. And then you heat up the bottom and there's the dabs and you drop it into the dabs.
This was not that. This is more of like a Sherlock Holmes type pipe that
I've never done that.
We
by
had
the
to
way.
read the instruction manual for this thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So what was this?
Well, he's been clean on the weed, so I said I want to smoke weed
Yeah.
because I only get it one day a week, and it was my day.
Okay.
And
Like it's visitation rights.
yeah, that's all I get.
What's the one day?
Well, it's usually Saturdays, but if I don't do it Saturday, then I can have it Sunday.
Yeah.
As a special treat.
It's a treat. And so he said, "Hey, you got to try this new thing I've got," and he chefed it up, and it was probably the single cleanest marijuana delivery system that I've ever experienced.
Okay.
It was
So-
really fun.
It was like wax, It looked like it was a lip balm container type
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And then there was like an electric knife that you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
You scoop up with the electric knife and then slap it into this Sherlock Holmes pipe, essentially. And
So it was dabs.
I don't know.
No, I don't think it
If
was.
it was a lip balm thing, that's what dabs come in, of oil or wax, and you used
it
an
was-
electric knife.
I would
to
say it
scoop
was
up.
wax or concentrate, right?
Yeah, that's dabs.
No,
No, that's legitimately
'Cause
by definition what dabs are.
we didn't have to blowtorch anything.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. That's just one method of smoking
But
dabs.
the little knife that we used to put it in there was something that would have done well with like a soft brie
Yes.
on a charcuterie
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
A manchego.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think it matters what knife you were using. You did dabs.
A
That's-
raclette.
It wasn't a sharp knife.
It doesn't.
It was sort of a rounded, buttery knife.
And then how do you smoke it?
It was like one of those pens
Was
that you
the-
would
was
turn
the
to
knife
see a
red
naked
hot?
lady.
He's right.
Was the knife red hot?
We couldn't touch it. We weren't sure.
Dude, you did like crackhead dabs. That's like the
No,
really OG
no.
way of doing it.
Now this thing had an
Of just
instructional
heating
manual.
up a knife on a fucking electric stove and dropping the dabs on, and then you use a straw.
No, we probably did $400 worth of equipment. There's no way, no crackheads using that.
Yeah.
It wasn't scrap
Bro.
metal that they're flipping.
It doesn't matter how. So you did. Did you get super high? I've always
No,
wondered how those
and
go.
I'm kind of been kidding with you, but I don't think it's dabs because I've been told that when you do dabs, it sends you to the moon, nukes you high, and I was high, but I was fine.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think there is a difference between like proper dabs and this stuff, but you know better than I do. Was
I
that
did dabs. I did dabs one time in San Jose on a Friday night at a battle rap event,
Mhm.
and I immediately had to go to bed. I woke up the next morning and I couldn't find my wallet. Didn't find my wallet for the next 3 days, and I just chalked it up as a loss and drove down to Los Angeles. When I got to Los Angeles, I opened up my suitcase and my wallet was sitting there right on top of everything else. It threw me into a tizzy for 3 straight days. Like I thought that I had lost everything.
Yeah, that shit sounds terrible.
I had to leave. Like
Yeah.
dabs like that, I literally had to leave the presence I was in just so I could like look at myself from an inch away in
Yeah.
my mirror at the Hampton Inn that I was staying
Yeah,
in.
this was not that
I don't
intense.
think there's a lot of people who are still doing like real dabs. I think
Oh,
that's
you
kind
see
of
it.
phased out.
No.
With the
You see
rig,
it.
dude.
Yeah, rigs
the
it. rigs it up.
nail.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people still doing that.
I think there are more than you'd think. I think you're underestimating.
I think there's probably people who still do it. I don't think there's like casual weeds. Like when I was in high school, it was like people would either like smoke a joint or like do a dab, which are like the two opposite sides of the spectrum there.
I don't.
And I don't
think
think that shit's happening because now the weed pen. I don't think people are.
Well, I think it's so much
You're gonna
more
smoke
accessible.
a-
Like dabs were like a California thing for the dudes who were lifelong potheads that like it wasn't enough for them because all they did was smoke so many blunts every single day. Now weed is like in almost every major city
Yeah.
so legal that like pregnant women are doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
If a pregnant woman did a dab, that's how the baby comes out with like 6 legs or some shit.
Yeah, eyes on the side of its head like a fish.
Yeah, that's how you get autism. Is if your mom was doing dabs while you were in her belly.
A little extra, a little
It's very,
past autism.
It's very close to a bit that I currently have, so I can't comment on it.
Oh, okay.
No, only because I don't want to. I'm
Give it
saving
away. Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
speaking of bit thieves, I went to the Comedy Cellar this weekend.
Yeah. How was it?
I
Oh, you
so-
got in?
I got
I'm
in the
so
second day.
embarrassed that I couldn't help you more with that.
Don't worry about it. I got in. I rode the line, but I saw Amy Schumer the second night.
oh shit, really?
She's stealing one of your bits, dude.
Mine?
Almost verbatim.
What bit?
I don't want to spoil the bit, but
Can you give the
Oh,
title of
we
the
can
bit?
like bleep it out. What is it?
the Foot Locker?
The Dick's Sporting Goods bit?
The Dick's Sporting Goods bit.
Come on.
Really?
Yes,
For
dude.
real?
No, there's no way.
She is, dude. She must have seen you on the road or something like
No.
that.
What
or
is she
someone must
saying?
have your joke.
You know what that means, right? That means you need to post it now.
That's like my best joke.
It means you need to post it now.
Exactly. And she was like trying it out. She's like, what else? Like looking at a receipt, like there where everything was scribbled on the back of.
Pulled up a clip
What
of
else? What
Sass.
else? Exactly.
Well, there's no way Amy Schumer's ever seen me do stand up.
I think you'd be
I don't know.
surprised. I think you'd be surprised by that.
I don't know.
I think there are you'd be surprised.
Well, that would suck.
Well, that's why you need to post it.
I'm not posting that.
Why not?
It's my best bit. And it's like 7 minutes long.
We just kind of have to put out and hers was 7 minutes. We need to put out a fucking APB to Schumer. Leave Sass's joke out of this, okay?
No,
We
there's
support-
no way that Amy
Dude,
Schumer has
I'm
the same
telling you.
joke. It's about Dick's Sporting Goods?
Yes.
There's no way.
And she's talking about athletes, stuff like that.
Really? Are you fucking
Did
with
she
me?
use that word?
Dude, it blew my mind.
I don't think he's fucking with you at all.
I couldn't wait to tell you this because it blew my fucking
I wish
mind
you
so
told
hard.
me.
Well, it's
earlier.
a testament to you that you wrote a joke that is parallel thinking to probably the most successful woman comedian of
Yeah.
our time.
Well, whatever. I'm not really that worried about it.
Why?
I think you are.
Why aren't
I
you
don't know.
worried?
I'm just not.
Why?
Because there's no way. I think you haven't seen the joke in a while. It goes so many different directions now.
No, I know every
Oof.
direction it goes.
That's a leap of faith.
No, I know every permutation, the tags, because it's your most written joke. Like it's like the most classically written joke, and it's like tag, 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 like all the different. I mean, I don't want to give it away, but I've seen it, and then she was doing all the same tags.
Wait a minute. No way.
No, there's no way.
She was giving all the same
You would have
examples
told
that
me
he did?
this. No.
No fucking way. Are you kidding? You're kidding.
He's obviously joking.
He must be
dude.
doing a bit of
There's
it.
no way.
He's
There's
either
no
doing a
scenario.
bit or she did steal
Yeah,
it
There's
from
that's
no
you.
what I mean,
scenario
she
where
did.
Amy Schumer would have seen my joke and then done it word for word.
She is doing your tag. She's
There's
doing
no
your joke.
way, dude.
Where would I come up with this?
Wow.
I think you were gonna say something else, and then I think you thought, oh, actually, it'll be funnier to say that she stole your joke.
What was I
and
going to
then
say?
that's the only joke.
What
of mine
else
that
was
you
I going to
remembered.
say?
I don't know, dude. There's no way in hell that happens.
I was disappointed as you were. She was a hero.
If
of
that
mine.
happened, you would have called me directly after it happened.
I was like, let me save this for the show.
no, you wouldn't have done that.
That's exactly what I did.
Let's smoke on it. Let's think about it.
She had that tag.
Yes.
Haven't you posted that somewhere?
No,
It's his best shit.
there's no way.
I was shocked too, and she was just working it out. She was like, it was clearly like,
Did it do well? That's all I'd want for
She's
it.
getting the cadence wrong.
Yeah, well,
I need
that's
to
what I
talk
mean,
to
'cause
her.
they were- when you hit those, like,
I mean,
4
dude, it's
tags,
honestly
where it's
not
like,
even
bang,
worst case
bang,
scenario.
Bang.
Like if
bang.
she posted that and then I posted the clip of me and like doing it fucking 3 years ago, that's how my career. I'm on Joe Rogan the next week. That's how my career takes off.
I
So
don't-
good for her.
I
Steal
think-
all my jokes.
I wonder if more people wouldn't. The key would be getting ahead of it and posting it.
No, dude, you'd want it.
And
You'd
then
want
she
it. You'd want
posts
it
it-
to be like when it's on fucking Netflix, and then I make like a 45-minute
there
video
would be
breaking
no
it down.
People wouldn't necessarily be able to say that you could lie and say I shot this two
No,
years
because
ago.
I've got tape with like timestamps on it, and I'd be like, dude, I
Here's
been
my
working
Dick's
on
Sporting
this
Goods
show.
receipt.
Yeah.
You have
Here's-
fucking dash cam footage of your sets. How
Dude.
is it timestamped?
From like this, when the bookers send me it, it has the date and stuff on it, and the email when
I
they
feel
send
like
You
it
could
people
fix
would
it. You
side
could-
with her on that.
You could
though.
judge that.
Bro,
They would say you had judged.
no one would side
You
with
could
her.
You're
judge that.
Judging.
This would be. I hope she steals it.
She's
now, 'cause
literally
this
a,
is like,
a mother. She's a. What do you mean? I hope she already did. First of all,
This
She told
would
it
be
at the cellar.
huge for
At
my
the-
career.
at the cellar.
Huge for my
Like she was
career.
the big drop in. She dropped in like Tony Hawk, bro.
This would be so big for me.
I had such a bad set at the cellar. I almost texted you, Sass, and was like, I just did my last set at the cellar. I got so confused. I went up and there was someone in the back halfway through my set who like pulled their cell phone up,
Oh.
and I thought I was getting the light, and so I thought, holy shit, I'm way not as far as I thought I would
Yeah,
be.
you're like, I still have to do my Dick Sporting Goods bit.
I did my best Dick Sporting Goods bit, and then I went, all right, that's my time. Thanks, everybody. And then the host wasn't around
Yeah.
because he knew that I had like 7 more minutes.
Ooh, that's not your fault.
And then they raced to go get him, and he wasn't around, and he came running in. But by that point, I was like, oh, I don't know where the host is. I'll just keep going. And he came bursting into the room, and I was like, no, I'm doing more time. And he goes, what the fuck?
Yeah, I won't worry about that.
And
That's not your
then,
fault.
by the way, Liz was watching, so it was all fucking a nightmare.
I
So
wouldn't worry about that.
who is Liz exactly?
She's like she's probably the GM. She's the one
She
who's
sits
there.
right by the door, like, and watches the sets.
She's usually up in the olive tree, but she's like
But
the
when
manager.
when she comes down to watch the set,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
stands right in the door. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was there for a Schumer set, and she was going. She literally slapped her her knee at that set. I know exactly what you're talking about because I sat right by the door, and she slapped her leg like that when she did it. A literal knee slapper. I couldn't believe it.
How much of a nightmare would that be to just find out that people at the cellar are just passing around your bits? They're just they're sending one dude over to the stand every night to just record your set.
like the Connor Stallions?
Yeah.
Like, he's got like binoculars, fucking writing shit down.
They're taking turns just running through your jokes.
He's got the Ray-Ban glasses that film like 1 minute at a time, just flipping them.
Oh man. So that was all made up?
No.
Dude, there has to be.
Ooh-wee. I love that we have at least another 25 to 40 minutes of the show where we can continue, or Rone can continue to mentally torment you over this.
It's really not.
I don't
I'm
mean
just
to do it
trying.
mental-
I'm
I don't
not,
mean
it's
to
not
mentally
mentally
torment-
tormenting me. I'm mostly just trying to figure out what my next move is.
Yeah, I don't mean to mentally torment you. I mean to be like, as a friend, bring you like news of war.
Oh man, that sucks. That's not the kind of. I didn't want to have to go against her.
Powerful enemies are on high.
Yeah.
They've sent arrows and slings at us. We must regroup and attack.
what
that
news
sucks.
from Verona?
What news from Fat Black Pussycat? It broke my fucking heart. It's sandwiched in between some very like personal, believable stuff about pregnancy where it's like, you couldn't have said that. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
so
yeah.
sandwiched into this like beautiful fucking hero of good bits.
Sas, take a little
Yeah, I
look
know you
there.
did do it. I was looking at it before. It's a good. That's a sturdy.
And we're
ash.
not even there yet, pal.
No, I'm proud of you, Francis.
That's a friend. That's what friends are for.
Yeah.
Looks like he's wearing a top hat made of Groot.
Yeah, that is Groot looking. I went to Lucali as well.
Ooh,
I spent so much time this weekend standing in lines.
how was it?
What's Lucali?
It's the best pizza place in New York, they say.
Oh, really? I've
Dave
never
gave it like a 9 something.
It's like perfect. It's like the perfect pizza place. It's so fucking cool. It's so good.
You know what the perfect pizza place is? Papa John's.
Perfect pizza.
I had Papa John's last night.
Papa John's is very
Amazing.
good. All
And
the
breadsticks,
so is
dude.
Domino's. Those are also. I mean, obviously Pizza Hut too. Barstool sponsors also great.
Yeah.
But-
Dude, it's just, I mean, you can't beat Papa John's.
Yeah, but this place has like wooden chairs.
I don't give a shit.
Bro, your beef is with Amy Schumer, not
I don't give
me.
a fuck what
You're
kind of
being-
chairs they have there.
You're being very nasty.
It ain't Papa J's. I don't give a fuck.
You walk into there's plastic chairs at Papa J's.
Bro, I'm not going. Do you think I was going to Papa John's
I thought that you were sitting
during
there.
Sunday Night Football? I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Uber over to Papa John's and sit down.
I thought you were gonna
and
watch
eat dinner.
the 17-year-old like stoner fucking roll out the pizza himself.
No.
At Lucali, they
Did you see that video, that reel of the dude at like Domino's or some shit, and he was making a pizza? It was like their boss making a pizza with a blindfold on, and in the background they're playing that song where it's like, and he's standing on the top of it. I forget what it is. Like, but you're a natural. And he's sitting there and he's like,
natural. It's definitely muscle memory for those guys.
Yeah.
When I worked at pizza places, I definitely took pride in how fast I could flip those boxes.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking quick with it.
Oh, I was slow as hell with that. I could do the dough pretty well, and then everything else I sucked at. I remember one time they said I cut pizza like I didn't want a job.
I would like I took so much pride in flipping the boxes. I'd be like drunk going into other like pizza places and be like, let me fold some boxes.
Let me get back there.
Let me get back there and fold
Yeah.
some. Like I was like a super senior, or like I graduated and I was going back to the frat. Be like,
Yeah,
I used to
do
fucking run
pizza.
this place. I used to be the fucking man around here. Let me fold some fucking boxes for
Little
old
tip:
time's
if you
sake.
if you turn the corners at the same time,
Yeah.
it cuts your speed in half.
Trying to think of the most menial job I ever had.
Pizza was the only job that I ever actually kind of enjoyed, and
It's
then
a
they
great
fired
job.
me.
'Cause
So
you-
apparently they didn't enjoy me.
I can't believe you got fired from a pizza place. Like they don't do that.
They fired me hardcore. I've
It's
told
like-
the story before when I called and they said, you don't work here anymore.
Yeah.
I said, hey, just calling to see if I'm on the schedule for this week. And they said, you don't work here anymore,
You've
buddy.
been dead for years.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I remember feeling so good about how I handled it because they were trying to get a reaction out of me. And I just said, all right, thanks.
Oh, what a surprise. You
Yeah.
didn't feel anything. I thought
And
that'd
then I had
be
to go in, though.
a huge emotional swing from you.
Well,
What's
they
it-
wanted to get
co-
a reaction out of me
Why?
because there was a lot of beef.
They want to embarrass you.
They wanted to embarrass me.
Who's they? Like the
Meat lovers?
18
beef?
You ever
year-old
get a
manager?
job? Yeah, you ever get a job somewhere and you can tell it's like a clique? They're like they've all been working there
Are you
forever.
talking about Barstool?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but they're trying when someone tries to they try to squeeze out someone. They were trying to squeeze me out from day one, and I was just like beating all the odds.
You got mean girled?
I got mean girled out.
You're beating the odds.
Yeah,
What were the
it was like
odds?
1v8, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that
do
was
they
like
have?
the
What do
first
they have
time
against you? Put yourself in their shoes.
because I wasn't like on opioids. That's what they had against me. They were all drug addicts.
This pussy. won't
Every
even do
single one
perks.
there. I've told the
Damn,
story before.
Sounds like this beef is alive and well.
Oh, dude, I've said for years that when I get enough money, I'm gonna buy the place and fill it up with sand and just pay the rent.
Just make it into a massive terrarium and
Yeah.
have hermit crabs
Yeah.
scuttling
We're gonna
around
use
in
this
there.
to keep roads safe from now on.
Dude, the last day I worked there before I got fired, I went in. The dude that was working the pizza shift with me showed up shit-faced out of his mind. He was like, bro, I just shotgunned like 4 Locos before I got here. You're going to have to really step it up today. And I was like, okay. And then the dude that was working the driver, he was high on opioids and he was nodding off in the basement. And the new owner that we had comes in and he's like, yeah, he's the driver's, he's so fucking tired right now. I think I'm going to send him home. He's exhausted. And I was like, yeah, dude, he's exhausted. He's fucking nodding off right now.
How shitty of an employee did you have to be the one that got fired? Well,
Bro,
everyone around
that's
you was
what I'm saying.
shotgunning 4
They
Locos.
pinned it all against me.
No, that's
Dude.
not what. That's such a
Dude, I
fucking
swear
main
to God,
character
the
victim
kid
mentality.
that I was working with, like halfway through the shift, he goes, "Dude, you got to cover for me. I have to go in the bathroom and throw up." And then I was like, "All right." And then he comes back, and I'm with the owner. The owner is like helping me with the pizzas, and he comes back and tries to pin it on me. He's like, "Dude," he comes up to me in front of the owner. He goes, "Dude, you really got to like speed it up because like they're so behind on orders right now." And he like so he's trying to like turn it against me to make himself seem like he's not doing anything wrong.
that he's like making you the lower man on the totem pole.
Exactly. And then of course I'm too much of a pussy to be like, dude, you're fucking shit faced right now.
Your fingers are covered in your own bile because you
Yeah,
just made yourself throw
exactly.
up in the bathroom. There has to be more to the story.
I swear to dude,
Everybody
I swear
was
to
on
God,
drugs.
there's not more.
You
to the
were
story.
stone cold sober, and they're like, "We have to get rid of that guy."
Well, what happened was
There
I
we
went.
go.
I went to Chicago. I've told this story before. I went to Chicago.
Damn, Sass, you just ashed on the ground.
I know.
Come on
Party-
now.
Party foul. I went to Chicago to move my sister into college, and I called and I texted the kid that I worked with, and I said, "Hey, are you with the manager? Is she working right now?" And he said, "Yes." And I go, "Can you tell her that I cannot work Friday and Saturday this week? Can you cover for me?" And he goes, "Yeah, let me just run it by her." And then he texts me back like 30 minutes later. He goes, "She says you're all set. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "All right, cool."
But he never told her.
He never told her. So then I called on Sunday, and they were like, "You skipped a shift." And I was like, "No, I didn't." He said that he confirmed it with you, and she goes, "Is he your manager?" And I was like, "No, I just assumed that people have like human decency here. I didn't know like that he was setting. I didn't know he was like playing a prank on me."
So you talk back.
Yeah.
You did out him at that point?
What?
You outed that guy at that
Yeah,
point?
obviously.
You had to.
Yeah, I was like, he said that I was good, and she was like, "Well, he's not your manager." And I was like, "Well, doesn't that feel like something that you should be worried about? That guy's just like lying?"
historically, you do have a little bit of confusion when it comes to knowing which person to tell that you will not show up.
Here it's Za.
Yeah.
And he lives in Chicago.
Yeah.
A little he said,
I don't even know what that's referring to, Francis.
Yes, you do.
No.
When you skip those spots at the stand.
Oh, yeah. But that wasn't that was my fault, actually, completely. But that's just instinct to be like, no,
I'm
that
not
wasn't
trying to be passive
my fault.
aggressive. I'm just saying that is a thing to know. It's a helpful thing to know. Like
Yeah,
which
yeah.
person to say, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not coming.
Yeah, that was my bad. I didn't text the right person.
Yeah. But at the pizza place, it wasn't your bad.
I actually got a text this weekend on Saturday from someone at the stand, and they were like, hey, do you want to do a 9:15 spot? And I was like, oh, I'm on the road. And then they replied and said, so you're not going to make your midnight spot? And my heart like fell to the floor because that's what happened last time. And I was
Right.
like, no fucking way. And then I checked the schedule and I wasn't on it. I was like, I'm not on the midnight show.
Was this a comic or a booker?
A booker. Or not a booker, a manager.
And they were
And they
fucking
were like,
with you?
No, they were like, oh, that's my bad. I thought you were on the midnight. And I was like, oh.
So were they fucking with you on purpose?
No, they weren't fucking with me.
It was just an accident?
Yeah. Just a common mistake. Let me get that Zippo. I want to relight. Let me get that Zippo. I want to refuel.
I want to get hard. While
I want to get a look at those titties is what I really want.
Get hard,
Check this
brother.
out. Oh.
Hey, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was like a moment in the NBA dunk contest, though, where if you had achieved it on the first attempt, it would have been a lot cooler.
It's tough because I have sweatpants on.
Yeah, I'll hold up like a 7 out of 7.5 for that one.
We just knew what you were trying to do, and we didn't the first time.
Alrighty, let's talk about Game Time.
Game time.
Game Time is the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. It's a fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. I like Game Time. I use Game Time all the time. I really think once football ends, I think I'm going to start going to some more concerts.
Nice.
I'm going to try to make that a thing in my
There's a
life.
Pink Panthers concert coming up in like mid-April in New York. I cannot wait for.
I was listening to Paramore this weekend, and I was cracking. I just couldn't stop laughing, just thinking about you going to get Paramore tickets, and then it's just a live podcast. It's like one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
It was so dejecting. I
Yeah.
was so disappointed.
But you could go again always, because with Game Time, they'll make it easy. You can get last-minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals, easy way to find tickets for every kind of event in your area.
I was just looking at the Knicks-Lakers tickets on Game Time. It's they're pricey.
They're
but I
pricey?
mean, the best deal. Honestly, we looked at other gaming apps to see where the best ticket prices were. They literally were on Game Time. So easy to interface. Two clicks, 2 taps, you're in the game. It is very simple, very straightforward. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BOYDAD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code BOYDAD for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Alrighty, let's talk about
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
Yes.
I have been on the BetterHelp train. You know that these long January days are probably, for me, the lowest points of the year. And it
Totally.
is why I have been using BetterHelp on a weekly basis to just have a nice person to talk to that I can trust and have complete confidentiality with.
Absolutely. Son of a Boy Dad is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Sure
And it's
is.
really simple how you interface to BetterHelp. You go on, you kind of say what you're going through, and they will match you up with a therapist that you can talk to, video chat. You can just talk to, you could send them messages. You could just do it verbally. There's so many ways they could do it on your schedule. And if you don't like your therapist, boom, you just switch therapists. It's so natural.
It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit BetterHelp.com/sun today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sun.
All right, let's talk about Factor. Get started with your resolution with Factor. So you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions.
The thing I love about Factor is that the meals are also balanced. You know, you've got your pretty much your lean protein,
Yeah.
your nice complex carbohydrate and a vegetable. And it just kind of takes all the like, oh, should I allow my guilty conscience to let me have a little bit of a treat today? It's just exactly what I want. Balanced
The
meal.
smoothies too.
Everything they have.
Smoothies are bomb-ass.
So nice. And it just makes like the hassle of prepping a really good meal yourself, takes that away and leaves you feeling satisfied and healthy.
Exactly. Head to factormeals.com/sun50 and use code sun50 to get 50% off. That's code sun50 at factormeals.com/sun50 to get 50% off. Back to the show.
Do you remember the NBA dunk contest when Birdman, it took him maybe like 25 attempts to do the dunk from half court?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
It's so
I've never
embarrassing.
seen that. That's got to be
He had to run so far back every time.
He would always have to sprint all the way back to half court,
Yeah.
rethrow himself this crazy alley-oop, and there was no incentive for him to just like not do the same one. You are making a fucking mess of our beautiful new studio.
He had crazy drug addiction,
Yeah,
right?
and he didn't get fired from the NBA.
He just got more tattoos.
Maybe they just fire the guys who don't do the drugs while the fucking druggies get to live their fucking sweet little perfect life.
Well, that's because everyone's doing drugs. So if you're surrounded by people who are doing drugs, then you're like, well, none of them. They're not going to fire all of us.
Did you see this clip from Taylor Lewan on Spittin' Chicklets where he talked about the flight home from an NFL game in London where they were just smoking blunts on the plane?
Yes.
And this flight attendant came over and was like, you can't do that. And the guy was like, oh, sorry. And he put it out. And then 3 minutes later, he was like, fuck that guy. And he lit it again.
No.
And the flight attendant just watched them and was like, there's nothing more I can do.
Yeah, but I haven't heard that, but I feel like I've heard a similar story where someone was like, how much is the fine if I smoke weed on this plane right now? And they told him the fine. He was like, all right, then I'm smoking weed on the plane. Because it was like, he's like, those guys are all fucking millionaires.
Can you imagine being on an airplane and someone lighting up a blunt?
It was a public flight.
I don't know. I'm sure it was a chartered plane.
Yeah.
But
still, everybody's smoking that blunt. If one person's smoking it on the airplane, everybody's smoking that.
Yeah.
it's also crazy.
Yeah, especially when there's like air filters and shit that's like spreading the air everywhere.
It's amazing to think, right, that there was, for the entire first chapter of air travel, smoking was not only allowed, but like the most commonly, it was the place where everyone did smoke.
Yeah, my mom used to have to go on the smoking section with my grandfather. She used to have to sit on a plane in the smoking section.
That's crazy.
It's so wild that there's a smoking section, as if they could at all, like, imagine you're one row behind the smoking section. You're like, oh, well, I'm not in the smoking section. It shouldn't affect me.
Yeah.
It's smoke, dude. It just
It lingers.
fills, it
It
fills
lingers.
whatever air that it just mixes in with the rest of the air around it.
Yeah.
You know, I've come to, without even realizing it, think that the reason smoking is prohibited on airplanes is because it would fucking cause the plane to crash.
Yeah.
Not the case at all.
No.
It's just gross.
You might even argue that planes are better equipped to handle smoke filtration than casinos.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you agree with me. I thought you were going to do your thing that you typically do.
No, I would actually say that's probably dead on
You
because of
typically-
all of like the air filters and shit they have in planes.
Torpedo it.
This is the first
point I'm
time you've
making.
agreed with him like that.
Yeah.
Now.
This Schumer shit must really be fucking with you. Your mind is somewhere else. You don't even have the time to come back at Francis. You're so perturbed by this.
And the crazy thing is I've actually defended Schumer before.
I know.
Not for her joke stealing, but just for when people are like, she's the worst comedian of all time. I don't like when people say that the most famous comedians in the world are the worst comedians of all time. It's like, well, have you ever been to an open mic? Because I promise you there's worse comedians. There's much worse comedians than Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an insane take. She's very good.
Yeah, and people got so on Carlos Mencia when he was, Rogan made that thing about him stealing jokes. And I remember years later, I was at some club talking to a manager, and I was like, Mencia had been there the weekend before.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm playing the same clubs that Carlos Mencia is. That's not a good look for him. And I asked the manager, I was like, how did Carlos Mencia do? And he goes, dude, he comes like once a year. We have to add shows. He sells everything out. He's the hardest killer that we have on our entire roster.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not that hard to kill when you're just doing a compilation of all your favorite bits.
I mean, it's all
You're
like
doing
Latin.
it now. That's what I call music of everybody's best shit this year.
I think it's all like Latin humor, though. you
Yeah,
know?
I don't really know much about Carlos
Just doing
Mencia.
Marcelo's bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
But he can't. I mean, There's no way he's back to stealing. But that kind of shit just
I wouldn't be surprised.
really? Wouldn't people just continue to catch him? Wouldn't his
Yeah,
face
but
be
it's-
plastered all over the walls? Like,
He
do
got-
not fucking.
He got a lot of heat, and then I think people realized it. It was like it coincided with him getting Mind of Mencia on Comedy Central, and his like big growth and rise. He had some specials, I think.
I
And that-
truly don't know anything about him aside for the.
Well, it was Ari.
Rogan
It was
thing.
Ari's bit that he took.
I think it was Ari and Bobby Lee too, right?
Might have been, yeah.
But Bobby Lee like opened for him for a while.
He would. I used to watch Mind of Mencia. That's how, like in high school, I'd like stay home on a Friday night and watch Mind of Mencia.
Really?
He-
It was on Comedy Central.
Yeah, and all he did was make fun of mentally challenged people. It was
Okay.
like famous. His tagline was "Da-da-da."
That's awesome.
That's what I mean.
Sounds
Like,
like my kind of style.
I feel like that's your.
Sass
That's
is
right
gonna
up your
start
alley.
stealing
I'm gonna have to
Carlos
start
Mencia
stealing-
bits.
I'm gonna start stealing Carlos Ari bits from Carlos Mencia.
You ever been into Dick's Sporting Goods? Ay, Dios mío.
The guy working there was kind of.
Oh man,
It was. He would run that. He'd run back "Da-da-da" every fucking episode.
that's so funny. I wish I had like a tag, like a punt, like a
Yeah.
catchprise.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Did you watch?
No!
Do it.
Did you watch Crashing, Pete Holmes?
No.
I watched the first
good.
season. So my cousins were in town. We didn't get into the cellar on Friday night after I fucking stood in line for like an hour trying to get him in. And I was like, we'll just put on Crashing. It's like basically like you'll figure out how it all works. So we watched the first season of Crashing over that night and then the next day.
Holy smokes.
Are they
mean,
like
it's
big
like- it's
comedy
like-
nerds?
It's not that long. It's half-hour episodes.
Yeah. They really like comedy,
Oh,
but
okay.
they live in Alabama, so they don't get to see.
Bro, they should have come see me in Huntsville.
That's what my aunt said. So my like that he owns a wiener stand. My cousin's boyfriend.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he owns a wiener stand.
I
Put
know.
respect on my-
I knew that already. I know where this is going.
I don't. I genuinely don't.
It's the most arbitrary.
Yeah. My aunt.
Sorry,
was-
I got smoke in my eye.
You're getting
while
bogged
I was-
down in the
while you were
weeds here,
saying
bro.
that.
My aunt wanted when you were in town. They were like, you should go to this show, and they should get Lil Sas to come to the wiener stand.
Oh, okay. I would have done that.
No, you wouldn't have.
No,
and then
absolutely not.
my point to them was he didn't even go to the Denver Nuggets game when the Denver Nuggets had the fucking owner seat. Sass isn't coming to fucking shit, dude. He'll go to if the wiener stand was inside of his hotel room, maybe he'd go to it.
I still wouldn't.
Yeah. Just awkwardly not making eye contact with the wiener stand. That's just
It's dude. I don't know what it is about going on the road, but it's like you don't want to do anything.
I used to be like that. I changed.
I try to do stuff, but it's just like even this weekend, like we weren't even in Pittsburgh. We're in Homestead, Pennsylvania, which is like 25 minutes from Pittsburgh.
Sure.
And
do you have a rental?
no,
I feel like that
it would
also
have been a
affects-
great weekend to have a rental though.
That affects how much you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was going, but it's like we just hung around the fucking strip mall the whole weekend.
Ugh.
We went to Pittsburgh like once for like dinner or something with Nick and one of his buddies, and we went to a barcade.
Those are fun.
I love
I
barcades.
beat the what is the game with the rockets? The Gallica?
Centipede?
Gallica?
Gattaca?
Gattaca?
Galaxy Quest?
No, what is it? What's it called? Galactica?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
They
I
all
beat
sounded
the high
good to me.
score of the current high score holder
That's
there.
pretty impressive, actually.
The actual high score, I was 9 million shy.
Mm.
But it did feel awesome. And then I entered my initials in, and I couldn't, and it went away before I could take a picture.
Yeah, they probably reset that
Oh,
every day.
No.
No. And it's free too. Isn't that so cool? You don't have to like use coins. You just go in and it's free.
I love a barcade.
Yeah, it was really
They
fun.
make
Actually,
good
that's-
money on booze.
That's perfect for you, Sass.
I went to a museum on Saturday,
What kind?
and I don't say that often.
Science,
Art,
art.
the Whitney Museum, and I saw a black artist,
Oh shit, that's sick.
Very interesting. Very rare.
Henry Taylor.
That's a good find.
I mean, it was as good as
Wow.
it gets.
Ah,
I've noticed. Excuse me, you work here, right? I've noticed that everybody in all of these paintings is black.
I've never seen a.
Would the artist happen to be black as well, or just a huge fan?
Wait, I'm confused. Was the artist there at the museum?
No,
Oh, okay. That would be hilarious. Just lingering by the paintings, being like, what do you think of that
In
one?
disguise.
Yeah. What do you think of that one? Kind of dog shit, huh? I actually don't like that. I actually don't mind that one. I think it's good.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you're looking at them.
Am I on a fucking show?
No, I just do this on Saturdays.
No, it was really good. It was really cool. It did he does portraits. My problem is I go see a fucking museum
course.
thing like that. The artist is still alive, and my question is always, well, how much can I buy one of these for? Because I don't know art, but I want some art.
So much money.
And they were like, good luck.
What is it,
so
like,
much
$1
money.
million? I don't fucking
Dude.
know. Insanity.
I saw an artist on Instagram who made like cool paintings, and I clicked on their website to be like, oh, I'm gonna buy one of these. Fucking like $10,000. I was like, are you kidding me,
Yeah,
dude?
that's not bad.
That's not bad.
Well, that guy's not in the Whitney Museum. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
Well,
it was probably
obviously,
dog
the
shit.
guy in the museum is probably what, like $10 million?
Yeah, who knows exactly?
Dude.
There's no range.
These artists need to fucking relax.
Some do.
They need to get a fucking side job at a pizza place like the rest of us.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
shouldn't be expecting to make a living off of their art, okay?
I mean, dude, making a living versus that's like generational wealth from one painting.
Yeah, Drake should be only fucking like, he shouldn't be making that much money.
What do you think when you think of the term generational wealth? What is the number, the value that comes to your mind?
If you're selling a painting for $10 million, assuming you have multiple paintings that are all going for the same amount of money,
But you just said one painting.
$10 million is a lot of money.
Do you think $10 million from one painting is generational wealth?
Yes.
For how many generations?
One.
Yeah.
I think
so one below.
If I had $10 million, I think like my grandkids would be doing okay.
Well, let's say you sold a painting for $10 million. That was the only painting you sold. You got to pay 40% tax on that. So you have $6 million.
All right,
And you're 22 years old.
Fuck off.
That's not generational
No,
wealth.
I hate that. That annoyed me.
Well, that's why I said, what's the number?
Yeah, but I didn't count. Obviously, wasn't factoring in taxes. I was thinking about just the number $10 million. If I had $10 million in my bank account.
in Monaco.
If I had $10 million in my bank account, I think
Delaware.
that like my grandchildren would be doing well.
You'd have to be very responsible where you put that money.
Depends on how many kids you have, too.
You'd have to have a very...
Say I had $10 million in my bank account, I had one child, and then he or she had one child.
Maybe. Yeah.
They're not gonna. I tell you what, they're not gonna be fucking like struggling for money.
Well, once you pass it down to your kid and they fucking squander the money going to fucking Fred Again concerts and fucking seeing Tiesto and Tulum, then the money goes away really fast.
I mean, what is your guys' number? Sorry, because I forgot you guys probably both already have $10 million in your bank account.
Sure don't.
Sure don't.
I think when I think of generational wealth, I think it's like 50 is the number that comes to mind. Where you're saying like my grandkids, if they wanted, would not necessarily have to work.
10 million's millionaire next door.
You can't walk down the streets of New York without tripping over a 10 millionaire.
You know, some 10 millionaires don't even fly first class. They're sitting next to you in steerage.
I flew first class this weekend. Got upgraded twice.
Pittsburgh.
Christ.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Hour-long
wow.
flight.
Pretty nice.
You probably were at like 13,000 feet the whole time.
It's actually a surprisingly longer flight than you'd expect.
They
Hour
didn't
and a half.
depressurize the cabin.
No, they did.
No.
Funny, but they did.
Well, they didn't when I flew private up to Providence this
Damn,
weekend.
Sass just turned his fangs on you. You got Francis? And wow, that's
It's
the
the
first
Schumer
time.
shit.
Look
It's
at
the
us.
Amy Schumer stuff.
The Schumer shit's getting to me.
Sass, look at this. I've got another cone that is.
I know. I feel like I don't have enough trust in my ash.
You just got to give it time.
Well, you have all the trust in the world with your ash.
Well, I'm quite good with my mouth.
You also have made a crime scene out of this.
I know. I'll clean
Massive
it up.
ash. Massive ash. You're gonna have to fucking. How are you going to clean the carpet? Stomp it in.
Yeah. Spread it around. You ever like drop ice when you're like getting ice out of your refrigerator and you just kick it under the fridge?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I saw an online trend of people peeing on the toilet seat and then cleaning it off with their sock.
That's disgusting.
Why? Why is that a trend? Why would that have happened?
That's what all the young bucks are doing these days.
Yeah, it's a trend. Some people just leave it though. Some of the nicest restaurants, you go into a fucking nice ass space and there is piss all over the toilet seat. How is that possible? Or
I leave it I leave it at my apartment if it's the middle of the night and I pick up and piss. I'm not fucking wiping that shit off. I'll wipe it off in the morning.
Can someone explain to me the loose pubes on toilet seats? Who's shedding?
Yeah, I don't understand
those
that.
ass
My
hairs?
pubes are like
Why would
nailed into my body.
They are. You basically, your pubes are what men who go to Turkey to get hair transplants.
Yeah, that's what they want.
It is.
That's what they're asking
The
for.
pores have been sewn in and replanted. You have a fresh turf job on your pubis.
That's literally what it's like.
Yeah.
Because I like, there's people who like can like rip off a pube.
I don't understand.
Like it's like
it.
a loose tooth.
Why? And not only that, but if I stood up,
You leave a pube under your pillow.
Yeah, like my pubes, it's like if one coming off, there's like gonna be blood. Like it hurts so much.
The pube fairy comes and fucking leaves $1 for a pube. How many dollars do you think you could get?
One pube is worth $1,000.
You sew them into a voodoo doll.
why would you stand up from taking a shit and see that you had a giant black hair from your ass remaining on the toilet seat and say, I'm leaving that for the next person to floss?
Ew, Francis. Sick brain.
How do you not want that? Why wouldn't you get rid of that? I don't understand that mindset.
There used to be people used to rub their boogers on the
I remember that.
on the urinal sides at school.
They
You'd
did
walk
it
in, there'd
here.
just be buggers
On the
Oh
door.
yeah, and
There
in
was
here,
a
yeah,
booger
yeah.
perpetrator.
It was me at both of those places. No, I would never do that. That's nasty.
Yeah, right. You definitely would do it.
Absolutely.
That's fucking gross.
Well, I'm
You're just
getting down to
lighting the ash and just
Yeah, I
making it
know.
a
I
fucking
don't know what's going
crime
on.
scene.
You got to clean that
I'm gonna
up a
get
little.
Clean it up and then
I'm
relight
gonna
it.
yeah.
get flamed, dude.
Freshen up there. Let's keep this, gentlemanly.
Professional.
I'm getting down to roach territory here.
As am I.
Roach Motel. Fuck. It's beautiful ash. That's just a testament to your fitness, how strong your lungs are. Every time you puff into it, a quarter inch of that shit disappears.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm a chugger. I'm a volume guy. I saw that we had one more cigar, and I figured, well, he's first.
Yeah, you can light up the Arturo Fuentes.
No, I don't want to. You're saving that.
No, not really. Large took the last one, so you might as well smoke it before Large steals it back.
I can't. This is my problem. I love cigars, and so I try not to ever smoke them because I know that when I do,
You're gonna want to smoke more.
I'm gonna want like multiple cigars.
Yeah, me and Mook smoked cigars after we finished Zany's Chicago, and we thought it was one of those things that was like, oh, this will be fun. There was a cigar store next to the downtown Zany's Chicago,
Sure.
so we went in, we got cigars, and it was fucking freezing outside and so windy, and we both just smoked like 2 hits, and then we're like, dude, let's go home.
That's
This sucks.
usually how it goes. Anytime you break out cigars among a group of buddies, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Someone's like, smokes 2 hits, and then they just leave
Yeah.
A foot
yeah.
a beautiful cigar.
Well, I mean, this is like we've been sitting here for a long time.
That's what's nice about cigars.
Yeah.
They're
You need like an
thoughtful.
Adirondack chair, and you're sitting around the fire.
Yeah, it's
and
got to
like
be
a
like
nice
a summer
night.
event.
Yeah, like you can't be doing this shit while it's cold outside, or at least you need a blanket on your lap or some shit.
Yeah.
Like you're
You know where we could have a
Franklin
cigar
Roosevelt.
is when we are waist deep in the Taconic River in 2 weekends, Sass,
Yeah.
because we're going to be playing at Albany at the what is it?
The Funny Bone.
The Funny Bone, and during the day we'll be in the Hudson Valley fly fishing, and I had to purchase fly fishing equipment so that
What'd you have to get? I have extra stuff.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad because I just lied and I did not actually buy it.
Oh, okay. I don't have extra waders. I have an extra rod though.
I'll buy some waders. I could use a rod.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to need some tips because I'm not great.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, fuck you.
I give it like 5 minutes before you're better than Sass at it.
I think I already am.
Yeah,
Some people have it as an innate ability.
I think
I
so.
promise you, you're not better than me.
We'll see who
I've
catches
been
a fish
practicing
first.
my shadow casting. I
Where?
call it shadow casting.
Yeah, you can.
Sounds like some 8chan shit.
He
I call it
called it shadow
shadow
casting. And I realized that in the
throwing
time,
a line just low enough to the water, causing a rainbow to rise.
in the time that Sass had not left his apartment,
you
he
become
had
an artist.
become an artist.
Oh, fuck, I didn't realize you guys are hitting a reference.
Sorry, bro.
Fuck, I'm
We
really-
just quote. That's River runs through it. And we quote it pretty much every episode at this point.
I'm gonna go fly fishing in Denver too.
Have
Just a
are
heads
we?
up.
I might ski.
Yeah.
That's by the way.
So that we there.
What?
Yeah, bro, you could definitely tag along.
I don't get it.
Do you want to go fly fishing in Denver?
Oh, I thought you meant to Denver.
Oh, I'm gonna
Like
go
I've been
fly fishing.
removed from the billing.
No. I'm
of the
going.
show.
No, I'm going in Denver. I'm gonna go with my buddy Bo.
That's fine. You go. I'll
can
go
come.
ski. No, that's when I'm supposed to ski.
Well, you said we like it was going to be you and Francis doing it. You didn't mention that your buddy Bo.
That was the joke. Was when he said, "Oh, we are," and I said, "No."
Well, he said he's going to go skiing. He said I might ski.
The cigars got me feeling a little loopy.
I could tell. He's got you ornery too.
Where are you gonna go skiing, Francis?
Oh, I was looking at it. What's it called? I have the Epic Pass. So
Oh yeah. So
there's
you
a
go
couple
bunch of
mountains. There's one
places.
that's like only an hour and 10 minutes away. It's not bad.
Are you gonna rent a car?
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
I'm trying to get out to Iceland, but they got a fucking live volcano right next to the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah. You don't want to go to the Blue Lagoon regardless.
Why?
I think he's
Too
right
expensive.
about that. I hear it's a tourist trap and it's not that sick.
Dude,
Too
it's like
expensive, dude. I have generational wealth. Fuck are you talking about?
Selling
I
his
think it's a
pews for
tourist trap,
$1,000
and
a
it's like
strand.
it's expensive for beers. There's like only certain you can only go for like an hour
Expensive? Why do you keep on saying expensive?
because it is. It's like $125 a person.
I don't think that's the problem when you go to Iceland. You're ready to spend money.
Yeah, I'm going to spend money.
But I do think
I think you're better off just going to find a hot spring.
I think there's better hot springs, more natural, less visited, fewer people peeing.
But isn't
in them.
isn't that the best hotel in all of Iceland? The one that's right there.
I don't know. I didn't really stay in nice hotels. We stayed in like what's it called? Hostels.
Yurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how I'm trying to live.
No.
The hostels were nice. The hostels are like just hotel rooms.
But didn't you say that you got so sick of them that you decided to buy a hotel?
No, we got so sick of camping
Oh, I see.
that I decided to buy everyone a hotel room.
Must be nice. That's generational.
Yeah,
wealth.
generational wealth.
No, that actually set me back a lot of money. Buying a hotel room for 2 other people every night.
Because isn't everything super expensive there?
It's so expensive.
$80
dude.
for a Dunkin' Donuts run.
It's so expensive.
I couldn't believe they had Dunkin' Donuts though.
Do they?
Yeah,
You got to drink some gulls while you're out there. So good.
I
Goals
gotta
are
have some
good.
Goals.
Goals are good. Go to, what is it? Something Market.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Something Market is the name of the restaurant, and you can eat horse.
I heard they have reindeer up there too.
Think
Not
they got
sure
that.
I'd be seeking that out.
The horse meat was really good.
I heard that they have reindeer that you can get. I don't know what's the difference between a reindeer and just a venison.
Well, they'll sing you a song.
Yeah, a little red nose.
Yeah.
Fuck face is that?
Yeah.
This is James Cagney. You're in a film noir. What's going on here?
Well,
Yeah, we can end it, I guess.
no.
Not
You got
quite.
a long way to go. You got a
What's
long
our
way to go.
what's our time looking
Like,
like?
we got to be going for like 2 hours right now.
Not even. Hour 9?
Oh, what the hell? I
What?
thought we were going for at least an hour and a half.
No, not even close.
Are we going to finish these? Is that the plan?
I'm pretty much there.
He's there.
Brother, you got a lot of work to do.
I can barely hold it anymore. I'm holding it like a joint.
We'll get you a clip.
You might have to.
You ever inhale a cigar and it just fucking feels like it's just squeezing your lungs?
That's no fun.
Yes.
I knew that would happen. I told you.
Wah! Wah! I ran it by everybody. I
knew it was only a matter of
man.
time.
I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be
Oh,
live event
Jesus.
Lisa that came in and complained.
Oh man, I kind of forgot we were even in the office for a hot minute.
Just come do a little complaining. Oh,
The hell was that?
Okay, am I on now?
Yeah,
Yes.
now you're on. Now you're good.
So, son of a boy, dad, this is a beautiful, beautiful studio.
talk right into that mic.
This is a beautiful studio that my team created for you guys. Do you like it?
Yes.
it's very nice.
It's really nice.
Sounds like you're fishing for compliments before you say something really
No.
disgusting to us.
I'm just
fishing. We're going fishing next weekend.
I'm just buttering you guys up for when I tell you how fucking disgusting smoking cigars.
We
in
ran it by
offices.
MB and Brian Fitzsimmons. They said it was fine.
They said smoke that bitch out.
You want one? We got one more.
Literally, the entire office smells.
Are people complaining?
Yes.
Who?
Everyone's opening the windows. I won't reveal names.
I want names. Yeah.
I
Do they
just-
not? Is anyone like freaking out?
We only have one
Everyone
more,
is
so if they all
freaking
want 'em,
out.
we can't do it.
Are they gonna tell Erica?
Does that matter at this point?
Damn, Lisa, that's so fucked up.
No, Yeah,
Are they
that
gonna tell
was fucked
Dave?
up. Like, probably not.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah, we're fine. And even if they told Dave, I don't think he would be that mad. This is great content.
It's so gross. I have a headache right now.
But you always have a headache.
You also shouldn't have come in here. This is ground zero.
Yeah.
You
Like
thought, where's that
hotboxing.
coming
Is that,
from?
Is that
Let
what
me.
it's called? Hotboxing?
Yeah, we're
When you
low-key
get in a room
hotboxing.
and you, like,
I was worried
yell
that the
at
smoke
someone.
alarms were going to go off, but it
You
appears.
guys, when I was in college, I used to know how to make a bong out of an apple. True story.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! So you have a problem.
No, that was like 20 years ago.
So imagine what you know how to do now.
I don't know how to do anything now.
Now you can
Okay.
make a bomb out of an apple.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
So who's complaining? Tell us who's complaining. Do they know us? Do they know who we are? Do we know
well,
them?
They told me it was son of a boy dad.
Right. And so that was kind of
So
like a
then I-
blessing.
Yeah, so I was gonna come in here and yell at you guys.
We'll just let them know you gave us an earful, even though you've been so kind.
I'm so good. to
Also,
you
we
guys.
ran it by MB and Brian Fitzsimmons. They were like, light it up.
So then it's fine.
Smoke them
said-
if you got them.
Brian
Well, they were
Fitzsimmons
right
said
next
it's
door.
fine.
So who should we run? What's the order of operations here at Barstool now? Who should we run shit by?
Dave. He's the boss. He's in charge. Did you
Dave
guys
is in
hear-
Miami. What the
did you
fuck?
guys hear Barstool Radio is canceled?
Is that right?
No, she's pranking you.
I'm not. You didn't see Dave's email?
Oh, no.
I've been
Look at
smoking
his email.
cigars in here.
Breaking news. What is it? Breaking moves? What's that? from?
Francis runs Barstool Radio.
I'm one of the people on that show.
Yeah,
Oh.
no more Barstool Radio.
Looks like we.
Oh, how do you make those rings? I hope we're not recording right now, are we?
No, we're recording.
Oh, we're 100% recording. Okay, so Barstool Radio's canceled. We're in trouble about the
We're
cigars.
not in trouble. I just think.
Is
it's
it
a little
because of the cigars that he canceled
No,
Barstool Radio?
Disrespectful?
It's just
Of
smelly.
whom?
I'm gonna smell.
Oh, yeah. Well, you kind of made
Yeah,
that
I-
decision
You
when you
decided
walked in the room.
Yeah, when you wore a sweater this morning, you're like, I run the risk of carrying smoke.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway.
All right,
this
well,
was so
here.
fun. This is my first time on a podcast.
Here, I'll
No,
put it
I'm
out
good.
for you. No, for
no,
you.
please don't.
No, the good times end because the fun police come
How's
in.
your other podcast going?
I'll
Nope.
tell you what, this would never happen in Chicago.
It probably
Cut this
wouldn't.
short. Damn.
It probably wouldn't. How do you know when to stop smoking the cigar?
Whenever someone comes in and yells at
I'm
us.
not, am I yelling? Have I even raised my
When you
voice
feel like you're going to
once?
projectile vomit.
Let me ask you this: what are you talking about on Son of a Boy Dad?
Our Jewish faith.
No, that would be me.
We can't be Jewish too? Okay. I didn't realize you're the gatekeeper of Judaism.
I'm not, but I'm looking for a nice Jewish guy if you know any.
I'm
But
Jewish.
This demographic. Is
He's
probably a
Jewish.
little
All the
young.
all the Jews I know are fighting for the cause right now.
They are. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
All right, we'll end the episode then. All
Okay.
right, it's been a great episode. Thank you so much, Lisa, for ending our awesome time that we were having. Barstool Radio canceled.
You really not know?
No, I've been in here.
I don't know why. You?
I think it would be because we didn't really address the drama from last week, and I would imagine that's what he would have wanted us to do.
All right, hey, we had a good run smoking cigars. We had a good run with Barstool Radio.
All right, thank you guys for listening. This has been Son of a Boy Dad. I'm going to be in Houston, Texas this weekend. LilSasquatchWebsite.com. Please come see me. Francis? Oh, and I mean, Francis are going to be in Denver the weekend after that.
Denver.
Come see us. All right, goodbye. Thank you.
We got to go out the back door.
It probably does fucking reek out there.